and no one
That's
else.
Probably fair.
Fuck
Okay,
me,
again, I
I
don't know this
guess.
man, so that's fine, I guess.
Fuck me, I guess.
Hold on.
Hello? Hello? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. We're live from the apocalypse. If you haven't caught us before, we are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like podcast and the streams like the stream that you're about to watch to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other good progressive causes like that. We're currently raising money for Rainbow Railroad, which is a very good and important and fantastic nonprofit that seeks to help LGBTQ people, and especially in these very terrifying and timely times. They're the timiest times that ever timed. Specifically, help trans people get to safe places, whether that be out of unsafe living situations or cities, countries, etc., etc. You get the idea. We're currently raising money for the Canadian branch of Rainbow Railroad. So if you like what you see here, we just ask that instead of doing the normal Twitch stuff of subscribing or giving us bits or interacting with the fake currency that they provide, instead maybe just take the $5 or the $6 or whatever you can spare, where there is no expectation, and give it to Rainbow Railroad instead. And if you're in the United States or basically any other country in the world, your money will go farther because it'll be converted into Canadian dollars. And that's a good thing. The exchange rate works in our favor. So yeah, whatever you can donate to Rainbow Railroad, we would sure appreciate it. If you do that, the McElroy brothers will yell at us. It'll interrupt whatever I have going on. I'll hear it. Everybody else will probably see it. And then it'll be a good thing. You'll get thanked. There are also incentives in this game. If you scroll down, if you're watching us on twitch.tv, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a list of all the incentives that you can do in this game by donating certain amounts. And if you insist on subscribing, if you can find the subscribe button, which we have hidden in a very dangerous location with layers and layers of protection, if you seek it and find it and insist on clicking it, then that's fine. It's not our preference, but when Twitch does give us, like, I don't know, a third of whatever money we have earned for them, it goes back into supporting the channel. So we're not bitter. I wouldn't say we're bitter. But yeah, so if you want to do that, that's fine. But just be aware that if you do that, beloved Dementia 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will murder in cold blood one dog for every month that you have been subscribed to this channel. And I don't want you to do that. I met Raph's dog. It's a very good dog. And that dog has been through enough. Well, kind of.
I don't have a dog.
You kind of have a dog. And that dog has been through enough.
There was a dog at my house.
So maybe don't do that. Maybe instead just donate to Rainbow Railroad. We sure would appreciate that. But all of that being said, this is Cold Iron, which means I'm going to turn it over to our storyteller.
Hello. I'm sorry. It's been a while since we've been convened here together, and I'm excited. It's Halloween. There are some interesting costumes at the table, and I didn't get the memo, but that's fine. What do I want to say? It's 1950. It's the Soviet Union, but it's not a Soviet Union we know. It's a different one where the fake courts have taken over, and we are in the city of Kaliningrad solving a murder, and then maybe another murder, and then some disappearances. Things are stacking up. The plate is getting full, and it's been one day for our changelings, which I have to keep reminding myself because y'all are going through it. I think we should start with just some quick introductions to let those viewers who may not have caught us before know who you are and who your beautiful changelings are. And then I'll tell a little story and we'll get into it. And we'll go in court order because I always forget that we don't go in alphabetical order, but we go court order. So that means Raph.
I'd unmute. Hello. My name's Raz, and I will be playing the lovely and very normal Yuna Orlova of the Spring Court, curator, protector, and artiste of the National Portrait Gallery for the party. What else? Everything's good. Everything's fine. See you on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Wait, is that all? What else do I say? I don't remember. That's
No?
it, baby.
Yeah, Justin,
had fun.
Hi,
fucking
it's
grip
me.
it, rip it, baby. Slop
Thank
that down,
you.
dude.
You have to shout,
Yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Ah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Q. I'm going to get close so you can see my face-ish. I am Midnight _ Inc. I'm playing Misha Dragunov, who is the operative and the, herald, harbinger. I don't remember what we call it. The operative from the Summer Court, who is just a good little soldier, and nothing more than that. He's having a time, fam. Just a time.
One single time.
Hey, I am JD. In this game, I am playing Arcadia Volkov of the Autumn Court. He's a sweet little hiss. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Like science, I mean, like Misha. You know, that's it. I got nothing else.
I hate it so much. Hello, my name is Will. I play Kolya Smirnov, who is unaligned and is just a humble mechanic. Just a humble mechanic who is caught up in all of these adventures and doing his best to help out as much as he can, given the fact that he doesn't really have any relevant skills or abilities or anything like that. So yeah, that's it. But a fun fact about me personally is that as of a few days ago, I have hugged every person in this game. So there's that.
That is the best fact.
Yeah. The snap
You're a
effect.
collector.
I'm jealous of you.
Yeah, me too.
It's okay. It's
It'll
fine.
happen.
We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna head up north to come see y'all. It's fine.
Good.
Please do.
Good.
Please do.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
I say in Florida.
Right that part.
The Florida part. Okay. Well, for those of you who have caught us before, you may note that we are down a herald, and that is because Veronica Strogost has been recalled to Moscow on, well, you know how the Winter Court is. They don't say a lot. Mum is indeed the word, not mummy, unless you really want it to be. So Veronica, unfortunately, is not going to be with us. So we will have these four for the time being, and we will see what moves Winter makes in the future. But for the time being, we are slightly out of balance. And that's fair, because things here in Kaliningrad seem slightly out of balance.
I did the thing because you have to introduce yourself
God.
and do the thing.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm running the game. That's it. I'm not saying more. Thank you. I was big that whole time. Damn it. Okay. Well, let's actually start. Does anyone remember exactly where we left off? Because I know it's been a little bit. Misha.
Yeah, the summer sovereign here, dead, got moited, unalived, as they say.
Yes, you weren't given any information beyond that the summer counselor, Konstantin Ogadai, is dead. Konstantin was the local garrison commander, a general in the Red Army, very well respected. So the fact that he's dead is, yeah. You have all been summoned to the Kaliningrad Red Army base, but first, it seems like it's a tradition at this point, so I would like to gather all of you around so that we can have a little story time, if you're ready. So, without further ado, Arcadia has fallen. In the final battle, there were those who fought valiantly against the invading enemy, those who refused to give an inch of ground while there was still air in their lungs and strength in their arms. They made our enemy pay dearly, yard by bloody yard of Arcadian soil. The question of what motivates someone to sell their life takes on a whole new meaning when you understand what we were fighting for. The true Fae, monsters in their own right, had particular ways of motivating their soldiers. There are certainly those poor benighted fools who died in the mud and blood, believing that the one they served loved them more than anything. Such lies are easy to tell in wartime. Of course I love you. Of course I'll write you. Of course I'll come back. Affection is a powerful motivator. But I suspect that for the majority of those changelings who died in an unwinnable war against an implacable foe, it was not love that motivated them. What was Arcadia to us? It's a complicated question. Almost none of us chose to be there. We were taken, spirited away in our cribs, waylaid in the fog, tricked by a cunning fae, and once we realized what had happened, it was already too late. Arcadia was our home. It was our prison. It was our torment. And we changed so that the taste of Arcadia was more familiar to us than our favorite meals, so that we could only sleep under those strange skies. Coming back, there's a reason so many of us fade. The finest meal is ash on our tongues. Sleep constantly, mockingly evades us. The air is flat and heavy and suffocating. Now, I think the majority of us fought, and many of those who died did so because there was no other choice. To be away from Arcadia is almost more than we can bear. Addiction is not love, but it is a powerful motivator, all the same. There is, of course, a third factor, fear. Fear of our former rulers. Because what could our enemy do except kill us? The Fae, on the other hand, well, that's a different, very unpleasant story. But tonight, as we gather to tell stories of fallen Arcadia, to taste and feel and breathe the tales of our lost home, perhaps unpleasant stories are what we must face tonight, together. And if you'll permit me, I believe I have a story that will make certain events clearer. Or perhaps not. Clarity can be something that eludes us even as it stares us in the face. I suppose that will be for you to determine. Now, please, gather round, and let me tell you the story of Sum, the arrow, and the weight of duty. From what I've heard, the changeling, known as Sum, was taken as an infant, merely days in this world, by a giant eagle that descended from a bright, cloudless sky, and carried him back to the realm of Burgid, the Sky Lord, who lived in the gem-encrusted clouds in a great soaring castle. Yet Sum, from the day he was taken, was raised apart from the splendors and joys of Burgid's halls. His young ears never heard the boisterous laughter of the many feasts given in the Hall of Falcons. His eyes never looked out over the clouds, glittering and crashing like waves against the walls of this impossible fortress. For Sum, his only home was the lowest reaches of the castle, where his tutors drilled him from the time he could walk in the ways of service and of duty. And the boy who was taken to eventually rule this keep in the name of his lord spent the first years of his life never setting foot in its storied halls. In time, he was released and grew to be a powerful hunter and leader, Birgid's right hand, molded into the perfect tool for the Skylord. For many years, they stalked the cloud formations together in unison, in mental and physical harmony. And as the leader of the Skylord's host, Zoom became a skilled tactician and strategist. His mind was quick, devious, and merciless. Encroaches into the Skylord's realm lessened, and then ceased altogether. Peace was proclaimed the same day that the message of our enemy's invasion arrived, and Sum donned his winged armor once more and left to fight at his lord's command. He fought in countless battles, borne along by the winds of Arcadia to strike at our foes. How many times, the duty to his lord burning in his eyes, did Sum engage the enemy hopelessly and still triumph? The honor roll would be too long for any of us to read in our lifetime. But it was not enough. And as Sum and his host were driven slowly, inexorably back, he fought on, knowing that the battle, the war, was lost. The very ground of Arcadia twisted beneath the hatred of our enemies. The air buckled and burned, its gentle whispers giving way to incoherent rage. And when Sum stood before the gates of Birgid's keep, he found the doors would not open for him. He slammed his fists against the wood and screamed for his lord to allow him entrance, but there came a single, final command from a weak voice, one he did not expect at all. Go. And Sum, for whom duty was the blood in his veins, obeyed and left. I could tell you of a different war Sum fought in, one against an unspeakably familiar and terrible enemy, of the grim determination with which he fought to fulfill his new oaths of duty to his new lord. How even when confronted with hopeless incompetence, he did his duty and ordered his soldiers into the jaws of death. I could tell you how he fought the enemy even when it seemed completely hopeless. But duty told him otherwise, and he triumphed, again and again, grinding away at the enemy, until he came to Königsberg. And street by street, building by building, room by room, he drove them out, and seized the city, so it could be transformed into Kaliningrad. What was the particular fate of this changeling? I'm afraid we're going to find that out too soon. Because as our motley arrives at the gates of the Kaliningrad Red Army base, which is buzzing with activity, shouting, lights, and terror, almost like a wasp's nest that's been kicked, our camera winds through the corridors of the Central Command bunker into a room deep beneath the earth, where the body of Konstantin Ogadai, the former Counselor of Summer, sits almost peacefully at his desk, burned from the inside out. The gate is open to you. You have been summoned. You have escorts who will take you inside. How is everyone doing? Let's start there.
Not great, if we're being honest. Should have known. Have expected. Let them know.
I will remind you, you did try. You gave them a call. And I think that your raw emotion, the rage, is reflected in the face of every soldier that you see, changeling or human, because there are both here. they are flailing. They want to strike at something, but deep in them, they are enraged at the death of their commander. A man well respected and well loved. How are my other changelings doing?
It is unfortunate, but it seems that, well, it is clear now that these attacks are purposeful and seemingly going after every court. First spring, now summer. Who's next?
You are a sick son of a.
Gonna kill that dog.
Oh my God,
Mm,
he's the bad guy.
mm,
You.
The bad guys.
mm, mm.
I see how it is.
Well, technically, the first to be killed was Autumn.
Correct.
But not Autumn's counselor.
No,
Also correct.
not Autumn's counselor. If you'll excuse me, I think Amisha is going to go and try and find who the next in command is.
So I was silly and I wrote this down and then it didn't. That scrap of paper is gone. And I mentioned who this was in a previous episode that I forgot to listen to. So there are two colonels. We'll just say that their names are Oleg and Sasha.
Okay.
And Kolya, you would remember that they are considered
Yeah.
competent, but
Yeah.
neither one has the charisma, presence, or intelligence that Ogadai had, or was thought to have. If you want them, you can flag down a nearby soldier who will direct you to the command bunker.
Okay. I will let the rest of the motley know. We should speak to the colonels. We need to get this place back in order.
I will forewarn you, since you have not met them before, that they're quite capable of following orders. When it comes to giving orders, they would be fantastic if somebody ordered them to give orders.
Good. Then I will do that.
Is the Motley following, or does the Motley have other plans while here in this base? Because you were all of you summoned.
And we haven't like seen the body or anything like that yet, correct?
Nope. So the base it's one of those that's got, chain link barbed wire fence around it, plenty of, you went through an access point, and there are multiple buildings. There's a barracks, there's an armory, there's the command bunker. Like, it's a whole complex that you're sort of in the frontish courtyard of, basically.
Have we been told how he died, or are we just got here?
No, you just got here, and Misha sort of decided what his route is.
Heard. I think I would like to see the body. See how it.
This is Misha's court. I would defer to him.
If you don't mind waiting, we can go and see the body. But I need to make sure that this place is still running.
If that is what you prefer, my friend.
Running in
Thank
what capacity?
Without a leader, especially when the next below the leader are not good at giving orders. All of these men, you can see the rage here. It will eat away at them.
Mm.
We will mourn as is proper. But first, we need to make sure that our people are taken care of, seen to, protected.
So Misha will say that you are able to go into the command bunker, no problem. The combination of who you are and what is going on is more than enough that you are there is security, but they just sort of wave you through. There's not
Right.
things are lax.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Eh,
So actually, instead,
mhm.
Misha will make it make a statement of showing his papers, like making sure that the guards are still adhering to protocol.
Okay. I don't know that I need you to roll anything for that. Would you like to roll something for that?
I mean, I'm happy to roll.
Would you like to roll to intimidate them? That would be intimidate and presence. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why don't you give me one of those?
Okay, I still got some glamours. We're gonna go ahead and spend some of that to bump that up, cause Darkling, my boy.
Mm.
Four.
Okay. The guards, both of whom are changelings. And in fact, as you're sort of perceiving the situation, you can tell just from what you can see inside that probably the entire staff of the command section are changelings. The regular humans are not, they're of lower rank or they don't have access to
Right.
this point.
Gotcha.
So they all know, or the two guards absolutely recognize who you are and what this means. And it is an intimidation, so they do snap to and give you, they pull themselves together, but you also get relief.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a very palpable sense that things aren't great, and it looks like we may have a solution.
Right. Okay. After I show the papers, I will rest a hand on, shoulder. I understand that times are strange and difficult right now, but we are soldiers. Keep that. It will help. He's just gonna walk in.
They nod. There's a salute, very crisp, as you leave, and you hear, "Thank you, Hunter."
Of course. And I'm gonna head in. I'm not going to look back at the rest of the group, but I'm hoping that they also follow suit.
Because of the passes that you have, because of the fact that you were known as also heralds from the Central Committee or as the people's representative here, you do have access into this structure. Probably mostly because of Misha. Like, technically you should have the access, but it's really your proximity that is getting you here at this point.
Okay.
So there is a command room, we'll say, like the intelligence center or whatever, and you don't have to try hard to find it. because you can hear the shouts from as soon as you walk in. It's one of those where like there are long tunnels that have real bad acoustics, so it's just like ringing and bouncing. You can't quite make out what it is from this distance, but it is very clear that there are two individuals that sound like they're about to rip each other to pieces.
Fun. So in a rare moment, you can hear Misha's footsteps. They are purposeful. It is rhythmic. It is in time as he's making his way down the hall.
I will say that as you get too close to the door, like if you're trying to make yourself known, they don't hear until
Too
you're
late.
almost at the door.
Sure.
And then there is a silence that settles in the room. It's got one of those thick doors that you're not, you should be able to blast your way through. Like this is a defensive building.
Right.
But the door is unlocked if you're trying to go through.
Oh, I'm just walking in.
Okay, perfect. So it's one of those like classic 1950s. There's a big board with like the city map on it. It's got pins in it. There's a desk that's got like what's the word? Like a 3-dimensional topographical map.
Yeah.
Of the area that's got like troop deployments on it, filing cabinets, and there's just 2 people in the room. Like this is normally a place where there's a bustle of activity because phones and people are making like this is a hub of activity. Typically, there are the 2 colonels, Oleg and Sasha, and they are very busy, like straightening themselves out and they are just like flushed in the face. The heat and anger is radiating off of both of them, but they see you, and it's a very immediate.
I will give you a moment to collect yourselves.
We do not need one, and that is Oleg, who is, I guess, tall king is the word I'd use.
Okay.
Big, strapped, uniform, little tight, clearly works out. Not also looks like he gets punched in the face for a living, like just got one of those faces.
Yeah.
Broken nose, scars. Looks like seen some action. And then Sasha is the other one who is the polar opposite. Like short king, slender, kind of like this is the intelligence guy, and Oleg is the actual is the military commander. And Sasha has a bit of a chagrined look, whereas Oleg looks happy to see you. And Oleg says, "No, there's no need. We're fine. What can we do for you?"
I'm going to look them up and down. Are they actually like put back together, or are they out of place?
Oh, they're still out of place.
Okay, cool. So can I roll another intimidation?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is like Devil Wears Prada, like Miranda Priestley stare, where it's just dead silent, and they either get it or they do not. Let's go. That's 3. 3.
Okay. They are both professionals, and I think that the gravity of the situation impels them that they both do understand what that stare is, and they take a moment to actually tuck in shirts, rearrange things, make sure epaulets are correct, adjust belt, and they sort of present themselves. Sasha sort of side-eyes Oleg and says, "And welcome to the heralds of the courts. Your presence is gratifying."
What is the situation?
Oleg sort of steps forward. General Ogadai is dead. Sasha kind of peeks out. And we have the killer.
You have the killer.
I need to do different accents for these two. Okay. Just to differentiate them, Oleg is going to be deep voice Alex, and Sasha is going to be regular voice Alex. It's not that we have the killer, we have someone who is suspected of killing the general. No, it's not that he is suspected. I'm very certain that he did it.
We will interrogate this person later.
Well, it's actually two people.
Interesting.
He does not
How were
want
they
to admit
captured?
that one of his guards is partially responsible. It is not my guard that is responsible, it is that damned chemist.
So, clearly, the two of you have been arguing, and you're just going to go back and forth on this. We do not have time for that. So, looking Sasha Short King.
Mhm.
Okay. What is your position?
Colonel Sasha. Intelligence.
Okay. Then you would have a closer hand with communications, yes?
There's just the faintest smile as it sort of like looks over at Oleg. It's like, that is correct.
Good. Then go make sure that it's communicated that there is a threat on the city.
Do you know the particular nature of the threat?
It is for our ilk specifically. So only those channels. We do not need the whole city in a panic. But
You see the understanding on his face. Like there is intelligence there. He gets it.
Mhm.
Gives you the salute right away.
make sure that the other two, make sure the other counselors are made aware and are someplace safe.
Absolutely. At once.
Safer than their office.
Sasha gives you a look, Yuna. Just like a
Too close to home.
correct.
Mhm.
Yes. And that leaves you with Oleg.
Colonel Oleg, I will have your side of the story.
Well, Colonel Sasha is the one who discovered the body. But I am not entirely sure that his timeline matches. He believes that it was a local who was visiting on base. But I do believe that one of his intelligence guards, who was assigned to be protecting the general at the time, is at least partially responsible.
All right. Where are the two being held?
They are in. Is the brig a thing? I feel like that's a ship thing. We'll say they're in the penitentiary. There's a holding cell.
Very well. Once we observe the body, we will speak with these individuals. You, Colonel Oleg, have men there that need direction. Make sure that security is maintained. Fresh guard first.
You are absolutely correct. I let my relationship with Colonel Sasha interfere. My duty, and I apologize. It won't happen again.
See that it does not. Also, patrols. How many do we currently have?
In the city, they have 3 squads.
Okay. Can you make 6?
Yes.
Good. Make sure it's done.
He will salute, and if there is nothing else, he will also go about making sure that happens.
Una claps. That was very impressive.
It was necessary, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. We should be on our way.
Escort to the body.
What are your thoughts? Oleg and Sasha seem at odds. Is there one you lean more towards, I suppose?
No. I believe they're both wrong. But I will need to see the body before I pass any judgment. Whoever this bear is clever. And he is attempting to divide and conquer. So you take out the head and you leave the two that have differing opinions. Chaos in the protector court leaves the rest of the changelings unprotected. Leaves them
It
vulnerable.
was similar for Spring.
Right.
No one is like Arena.
Perhaps.
But we still do not understand who he is or what he wants.
Perhaps it is just chaos.
It is never just chaos.
No, this is way too deliberate to be for chaos.
Chaos in the hands of a being of order is incredibly dangerous.
Chaos amongst the courts. That is a organized move.
Yes, he wants something. He wants to fracture the courts, it seems like, but to what end?
Alex,
Hi.
my love, my light. So he spoke to me, right?
Hmm.
Bear.
Yep.
There was an accent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have been trying or hoping perhaps that I was wrong. But he had an accent. One that was familiar and not in the pleasant ways.
Go on.
German.
Hmm. Do we know of any of our kind that like split off and went to Germany instead?
No.
Mm.
The
Makes
pull
sense.
the pull was to Stalin's realm because he is the Winter King. And
Right.
coming into this world again, like, just you were able to sense, like, oh, this is where we need to go. Like, it was just like a beacon to get you here. When I say no, there's, like, I'm sure there are
Right.
exceptions
It's
to every
been
rule,
it's
of
been
course.
a little bit.
Right.
Mhm.
And there are also people who left Arcadia before the war. Stalin was one of those.
Right.
That he did not live through the fall of Arcadia. He was already here.
Right. Okay.
Current theory, I am not the brains of the operations by any means, but the Germans were trying to take Arcadia. Who's to say they didn't get a slice of it?
Is that not what the labyrinth is a bit? A slice of home? Or perhaps a mirage of it?
It is.
Maybe a slice that has been corrupted.
It is synthesized. It is the dreams of the dreaming. It is not the dream itself.
But if your theory is correct, they've destroyed Arcadia. And if they took some of it with them, then what purpose to attack now?
Well, expansion, reclamation. They've had time to build. And wherever they were, it was separate from this world in ways that confound, if I'm honest. He said to me that I was too rooted here.
So are you saying that this bear is a product of whatever was left behind of Arcadia after they destroyed it?
Possibly. Or whatever was left. Or whatever came after, whatever destroying Arcadia made. When we killed that creature from the doctor, it opened a hole into what I can only assume was Arcadia. It was on fire, but something reached out.
It was the hedge specifically that you saw.
The hedge, right? The hedge,
which also is sealed. Like,
right?
when everyone fled, there was a close the door, lock it, nail it up, bolt it, make sure that it is.
There's the hedge in the chef's office.
Correct.
Is it possible that that is when it slipped out?
No, it was there before. That's how the autumn scientist died. However, the labyrinth, I think, is connected to how they got out.
Well, is there a way to send them back?
Once we figure out how they got here. And to the body.
Okay. So
The
there is
body.
there is an escort that will take you there. One of the now much less lax soldiers, and you're going down several flights. Like this is deep into this complex. So, the commander's personal chambers / where all of the really important stuff that you don't want a bomb to blow is. And you get down there, and all of you immediately notice the smell. It's of burned flesh, but there's something else underneath it. It's hard to describe, but it's sweet and sharp. And I would like all of you to make me a clarity roll.
Oh dear. How many dice we
How
rolling?
many dice?
4.
Nar.
Oh no.
Oh, nar.
Nor. Why are you doing this to us, Alex?
Wow. Wow. I got 2 10s.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Nar. I got 1 8.
Right.
Wait, are we? Does this also reroll 10s?
10 again.
Oh, we
yeah.
whoa.
Huh? Okay.
Hold on. 2, 3. 3.
Great. All right. So you all recognize the smell after a moment of walking. It's weird.
With a Y.
With a Y.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Got the weird burned out of him? Absolutely unacceptable.
And you are taken to his office where he was found. And I would like all of you
To make another clarity roll.
to make another clarity roll, sure. I will have a wits or intelligence investigation check from all.
Fantastic.
Wits plus intelligence plus investigation. Got it.
No,
Yeah, don't forget we get a +2 from our motley pledge.
Hey, I said or.
We get +2
From the
number
pass.
or 2 dice.
Dice.
Oh wow, okay, nice.
Bonus.
Sorry.
Oh my
We're all good.
God.
Wits. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. All right. Cooking with weird. That would be a fun show.
Ogadai en flambe.
Okay, on flambe.
What we got? 6. Excellent. That's 2 extreme successes in the group, 2 regular successes. All right. So, Yuna and Kolya. The thing that you immediately notice is that on the linoleum floor, there is a scorch mark that's about 4 feet long and about 3 inches wide. This is, at this point, something that you recognize as the way that the bear opens whatever door that he can open and enters.
Bear tracks.
Bear tracks. Absolutely.
You motherfucker.
Arcadia and Misha, you're drawn to the body, probably for different reasons, but when I say the body looks peaceful, I mean there is like a cup of tea in front of him. Nothing in the room is amiss, is out of place. This is a military man, very exacting. Everything seems to be where it's supposed to be. But when the bear tried to assassinate Arena, it was messy. People were massacred in the kitchen. It was public. It was not this. But the clothes, the uniform that he's wearing, unburnt, untouched. But the body itself, you can tell there's scorch marks around the eyes, the ears, nose, mouth, palms. This man was literally engulfed in flame from his core outward. And I will say, since we have 2 extreme successes, the information that is most important and pertinent to all of this is that this death, this manner of death, is consistent with the breaking of a pact. The consequence of which would be death.
Any of the other soldiers around?
No, they left you at the door and
Okay.
just let you go in.
Gotcha. Since it's just us, and at this point you all have seen my face, going to take the mask off and just take a big sniff, sort of get in with the senses. Trying to smell the person that was here.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, did I buy the thing that I wanted?
Ah, that's a good question. I'll let you tell me.
No, not yet, but it's fine.
Okay. Do you want to give me another wits investigation?
Absolutely.
While that's going on, Arcadia, is there anything you wanted to look at with the body?
I think I would like to examine the scorch marks a bit more closely. So lean in and look at the burns.
Perfect. Why don't you go ahead then and make me an intelligence medicine roll. Or science, if you want to do that. 3. All right.
Okay. It's 5.
Okay. Absolutely. The man that you met prior this evening, the one in the ambushed you
Right.
in the street,
Mm-hmm.
is here.
Mm-hmm.
There's that ozone coppery smell as well, which just reaffirms that's how he got in, most likely. But yeah, it absolutely 100% the bear was here. Arcadia, you've seen what fire, regular old fire, does to a body. This is not that. There is, and maybe it's the fact that you smelled the weird before, but you recognize these sort of burn patterns. You've seen them before in Arcadia. You've treated them. This is a witch fire, which does not burn flesh so much as burns souls. Or energy, essence, whatever you want to call it. But it is one of the standard ways of enforcing a pact that is very, very important. The penalty for failing to keep a pact that is very, very important. Yuna or Kolya, is there anything you'd like to look at while we're in the room?
My back.
Smart.
I'd like to watch my back.
Okay. Just we'll put you up against a wall and you will be okay. I think.
I think Yuna instinctively is sketching out the body position or like the scorch marks, the room in and of itself. I think that's it. And then just tearing that page out.
All right.
Was there an exit mark, or was it the same spot?
I think you would assume it was the same spot.
Gotcha. Okay. It was definitely the bear. I can smell him.
Actually, can I, because Arcadia looked at the scorch marks from the body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I look at the scorch marks from the floor and see if I can tell like how recent they were? Or if that was information that was given to us at all?
I don't know that you can tell how recent they are, but I think just at the very least, the fact that a port or door is being opened for entrance and exit on the exact same point means that there is a level of control of this ability that speaks to years of practice, we'll say.
Because we've been able to find a door before. Kind of on accident. But this was clearly like a door created and a door closed.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yuna.
Any other thoughts with the body, or are we okay to move to our suspects?
I have a question.
Certainly.
You have an eye for art, and it seems people. Your portraits are immaculate. How good is your memory?
I never forget the face.
Okay.
If I've seen it. And I give him a wink.
Okay. Even if it was the enemies?
I will pull out my sketchbook and I'll draw what I remember of the bear.
Okay.
Yuna, why don't you go ahead and make me a intelligence expression roll?
Intelligence expression, not crafts?
Oh, yeah, craft is fine. Yep, craft is good. Yeah, that's cool.
Do you have the eidetic memory, Merritt?
I don't.
You know who does?
That guy.
Katie,
we'd like you to work with a sketch artist, please, if you wouldn't mind. We'll bring one in.
Yeah, describe him to me.
Was the forehead wider? What's going on?
Yuna draws him as a little caricature. He's like on a unicycle. Like
one of those really big faces.
Yeah,
like
he's got a huge head.
He's like, oops, hold on. There's extra dice in there. Get out of there.
This whole campaign, people have been talking about Yuna's legendary portraits, and it turns out
you walk into the gallery, it's just caricatures of people.
It's macaroni art.
Literally.
Well, we were afraid Yuna would kill us, so we just let him have the position.
Listen, Yuna has always said that she sees inside, so that is what she sees.
Yuna, why is everyone macaroni inside? I don't get it.
Because I'm always hungry.
Ah.
And your bones cut like dry
That's
pasta. I don't know.
that's 3.
Yuna
Okay.
is secretly the Kraft mac and cheese dinosaur. That was Yuna's patron.
Shit.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So with 3 successes, Misha, I'll say, based on what you remember, and Arcadia, absolutely what you remember, it's good enough in terms of like you would recognize this as the same person.
Okay. Okay.
Is this what you're looking for?
Yes. We're going to give this to our researchers. I want to see if anyone remembers this man or there are records of this man from back in the war.
Intelligence would probably have that information.
Figured.
We have researchers.
Absolutely.
I'm learning so much today.
Is that okay?
I can show it to them. And she just
Can-
holds her sketchbook close to
Can
her
you
heart.
make a copy that they could give? That I could give to them?
You know, if you are concerned about the paper, there is paper around.
I will make a copy.
Thank you.
And
You
I
know-
rip out the first page.
Okay.
I crumple it, put it in my pocket.
Of course.
Okay. I will say one last thing. Since we did get extreme successes on the rolls, as you're sort of wrapping things up and you've looked at the body, you've taken stock of the room, maybe it's Yuna reaching for paper, I don't know. But the desk, I guess Misha and Arcadia, you'd be the ones to notice it because of the critical successes. There's something wrong with the desk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did want to check that. You're right.
Mhm.
Let's check the desk. What's wrong
Yeah.
with the desk?
Yeah. Tell us, Alex. What's happening with this desk?
Is there
Well,
like
it's a standard
one thing
military
out of
desk.
place? Sorry, go ahead. You ahead.
Standard military desk. Everything is in its place, except there's it's like pencils lined out, and one of them is just angled, so it's not in a straight row. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it is pointing on the desk to a little potted plant on the desk, like a little mini fern or something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm. I will say I think Misha and Arcadia reach for it at the same time, and I think
Hands on hands.
their hands have to touch.
Hands touch.
Hands on
Yeah.
hands.
We'd love to see it. Whichever of you pulls or picks the plant up, a little key falls onto the desk.
Okay. What kind of key is it?
It looks like it might open something on this desk, but none of the drawers have locks, which is also
Okay.
weird because this is a military compound. But maybe they're not expecting people to get this far in. Who knows?
Also, we're changelings. It's fine. The hidden things. All right, I'm gonna feel around the desk.
You know what you're looking for. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it.
Fantastic.
There is a compartment
Mhm.
that is hidden, and you feel the energy on it. That if someone were to try and fuck with this,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be good for them.
Gotcha. So
Key is what you need. Pops open, and inside this little set down secret false whatever, there is just a framed portrait of Ogadai and another man.
Who's the other man?
None of you recognize him.
Just gonna set the portrait. Anyone?
Leah, can you roll me double your intelligence?
Does the investigation boon factor in?
This is a memory, so no.
Then 1.
Okay. I lied. You do recognize this person. It is someone who works at the university. A scientist. One of Dr. Morozov's colleagues.
I know this man well. I know his face.
Yeah, he's been at council functions that you've had to attend.
He was colleagues with Dr. Morozov.
Why would it be such a secret for them to have some sort of relation? Ogadai and him.
Well, depends on the nature of their relationship.
Clearly
A man,
close.
Yeah, what
a
does
man
it
like
look like?
Ogadai, with many enemies, might benefit him to keep any romantic entanglements secret.
Yeah. Does it look like they were roommates?
History would say so.
History would say so? Oh my god, this
Mhm.
is deep, you guys.
Okay, question for you.
Mhm.
Does the body have anything on it, like in the clothes or anything, like a ring?
Yes, it does have a ring.
Okay.
Not a wedding band, but like a service service ring. I think that's a thing.
Okay. Okay. After we speak to the suspects, we should go try and find this man. Well, we should find him tomorrow. No. Yes, today. We have not slept yet.
No.
And while I'm fine at night, most of the other people, do sleep.
On occasion.
Like a baby.
Of course.
Of course.
Do we know, like, I know that was kind of revealed with the super success or whatever it's called, but we know is public to us that it's burning from a breaking of a pact, correct?
Arcadia
Or
did
no.
not say a word about
Okay, that was my main thing. Cool. So we just know he got burned alive.
Okay. It doesn't look like anything like punctured him or hit him, right?
There are no signs of violence whatsoever.
His clothes are intact.
His clothes are intact. It's like, just judging from the whole setup of the room, it's almost like he knew it was coming. Like, he had the tea. He was sitting. almost prepared, you would guess.
And we know that perhaps it was him who is leading us down this path, pointing his pen at us, unless the bear is trying to play tricks with us. A warning or a game.
I have a
I
theory.
do prefer the latter.
We know. I have a theory.
Hmm.
Perhaps this is hardly about destabilizing the court at all. Perhaps our initial investigation was more along the right track. Ogadai's lover, husband, what have you, was colleagues with Morozov, who was the first to die. And we still don't know what it was that Morozov knew, found, or discovered that resulted in him going mad. But we do know that the person telling stories about his madness and what he was saying moments before he died was silenced.
We also
See.
know. Sorry, go ahead. We also know that the labyrinth is similar to the hedge. It is also similar to whatever means of transportation the bear is using.
And if this man, Koya will gesture to the portrait, let something slip about Morozov's work to Ogadai, then he would also have to be silenced.
And Arina?
Could be a red herring. Maybe she knew something as well.
She was close to Morozov, wasn't she?
Oh, I think you might be right.
Yes.
Yep. In as she was bleeding out in the back of the car, she indicated to you, Yuna, that you should trust Autumn, almost.
Mm-hmm.
So, this man, again, tapping the picture frame, if he is alive, may have the answers we are looking for.
If he is alive, it is an interesting choice to keep him around.
I think at that point it's when it hits all of you. Yuna, you saying that probably does it. The smell of the weird that was laid under the burning was not, it's not just from a pact being broken. It's also from a pact being formed. And maybe on that note, we'll take a break.
Bruh.
Yeah,
why not?
sure.
Why not? On that
Alex?
note, let's take a break. Why not?
Let's do it. It'll be fun. Keep lore.
We love lore.
Yeah, we do.
Boo. So a LARP, because we the big nerd. And this was the mask that one of the raiders wore in the apocalyptic LARP that I play in. It was the Himbo Raider. He big, he dumb, he throw big tires. Uh,
And he's scurry.
and like we had a one-on-one. We had a moment. In the end, it was me and him just fighting. My character normally goes with 2 swords, and then eventually, at some point, I lost one, so we just fenced. And then I killed him and set his body on fire. Because
Hey.
you know that's what my character do.
The ideal ending.
Yeah,
We love to see it.
He's a big fiery boy. Now, to get back into this character, not wearing this the whole time.
You did say you took off your mask, so
That's true.
Right, it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Not that
It's
mask
true.
isn't handsome, but Misha
Yeah.
is significantly more handsome.
True.
and dead looking, but very handsome.
Thank you.
Can't
Don't
just
worry,
say
I
that
wrote it
about
down.
someone.
That's the way he described himself.
It's true. Yeah,
Maybe some of us are into it, okay? It's fine.
I mean,
Some of
at least
us.
Whomst.
at least one person.
Whomst, JD. Whomst.
Who's into what?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, hot dead dudes.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
I
What?
mean, I'm not going to name any
Yeah.
names.
No one here. Absolutely.
What?
No, certainly not.
No.
Mm-mm.
This isn't Vampire. Where everyone is a hot dead dude. Regardless.
True. That game was last night.
Right.
Clearly.
Do we have anything we need to talk about before we jump back into interrogating people?
Everybody have a good day.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
We're
No.
not dead yet.
It's been a day.
Has been a day.
Yeah. It's been a day.
It's been a sleepy one.
An EP day. Which gave you enough energy to make the incredible costume that you're wearing. So
True.
Oh my! You don't know how much energy.
I'm sorry. One more time.
yeah.
Well, what was that? What was that, Raph?
What? It's
Yeah,
all
what?
Jared.
What? Oh,
Sure.
fuck. All right. Never mind. Sorry.
All right. So back
Cool.
meanwhile at the Kaliningrad Red Army base. Yes, the amount of weird in the air indicates that not only was a pact broken, but a pact formed. And that is the information we left with. So what would we like to do?
Well, we need to go investigate and interrogate the 2 detainees.
All right. Someone can take you to the penitentiary, the cell blocks where these 2 individuals are being kept. And Misha, you'll probably be pleased to know that the base has come to much more order since Oleg and Sasha talked to people. They, at the very least, they seem to have put aside their differences enough that they are running the base efficiently.
Good.
The mood is different. People are still angry, but it's focused. There are less people around, probably because squads have been sent into the city to make sure that the normies are safe, and the changelings that live there as well. So you're brought to just a sort of squat gray building that is some distance from the others. There is a lone guard sitting inside, and as you approach, just sort of looks up over whatever book he's reading and says, "Oh, are you here to execute them then?"
We're here to speak to them.
All right, well, Colonel Sasser said that someone would be coming to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
if you want to talk, I suppose you'd probably better be fast.
We will take whatever time we need.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. And it puts on glasses. Yes, indeed. I'll hold anyone here until you're done.
Mhm.
So it's not that you're escorted back. There's like one door behind him that leads to like a hallway with cells that go down it. At the very end of the hallway, on either end, like there's one in the cell on the farthest left and one on the cell on the farthest right, are two people. On the left, there is an individual wearing a soldier's uniform, just a low-ranking grunt sort of thing. Not armed, weeping openly. And in the other cell, an individual that three of you do recognize. Small, wearing a stained lab coat, over a wife beater, hoodie, or a beanie sort of rumpled in the hands, stubble. No cigar, unfortunately. But the chef is currently incarcerated in that last cell block.
I ripped the bars out of the wall.
Okay.
This will not stand.
You do hear the chef's voice say from all the way down there, "Is it Kolya? Is that you? Kolya? Is that you? Did you bring people? I'm in a bit of a bind."
I walk down. What the? Is this
Are
the?
you walking with like purpose? Like I'm gonna wreck it.
No, Kolya is actually, because Kolya is the wizened. He has a propensity for being overlooked. He often goes unnoticed despite being very large and physically impressive. So he is kind of taking advantage of that to sort of like slip down towards where the chef is.
Okay.
And he will sort of, he'll sort of look at the chef up and down and sort of raise one eyebrow and say, well, at least this isn't the worst date you've ever been on.
The chef actually chuckles, gives you a nod. It's like, well, that's true. No one's wound up dead or in the river yet.
The night is young. What happened?
Sort of adjusts the lab coat, makes themselves a little more presentable. Kolya, if I tell you that I'm simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, how likely are you to believe me?
Not likely, but also it makes little difference, probably.
I suppose that's fair. And then the chef sort of looks down, and I don't know if people are coming down the way, but sees Misha, and you can see there's some panic. Like, Kolya, do you know that? Do you know who that is? I really hope they're not here to execute us. Please, you have to do something.
No one's here to execute you.
Well, okay, that's a relief. Slouch cannot find out about this. One. If Slouch found out about this, I'm fairly certain that she would come in here and kill everyone.
Yes. Well, yes.
All right. I told you that I was going out on a date, which is not entirely false. They sort of lean over, like look past you at the soldier who is just like crying in the cell across. A friend of a friend told me that there was a very attractive young guard who also happened to guard a certain pharmaceutical supply room. And so I was attempting to kill two birds with one stone. I want to have a good time. I want to find some of the things that you can only get at a Red Army base. And it turns out that rather than guarding the pharmaceutical storeroom, he was supposed to be guarding the fucking commander of the base, who is now dead, apparently. I don't know if you know that.
What? Crazy.
Anyway, there's the very short king colonel who thinks that I did this. I may have prescribed things for certain issues that he was not happy with my solutions. And he's had it out for me the whole time.
So you are. Oh, okay. I see. Well, so they think that you murdered the commander.
Yes. And I've told them, have you seen me? I don't murder people. I cure them.
Also, I assume that you were. Clea will look over at the crying soldier. Occupied.
Extremely occupied.
Interesting.
As this story has been going, Misha has just been sort of slowly turning towards the soldier.
Mm-hmm. Not really aware of what is going on around him. Just, I think he thinks he's dead. And is coming to terms with that poorly.
What is your name?
Private Gulik, sir.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Sort of shakes his head, like trying to figure out why this question of all the questions. Sort of see him pull himself together. Yes.
Good. Then you'll have a happy moment to hold on to.
Oh God, you're here. You're here to kill me. You're here to kill us. Okay. Okay. What do you need from me? What do you what can I do?
Oh, you'll be my personal aide while I am here in Kaliningrad.
You see his eyes light up, and then he recognizes who you are.
Yeah.
And it's back to being like, oh fuck, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm. Soldier, have you accounted for your time or to the are they corporals? What are they? The short king?
Colonel.
Colonel.
Colonels.
Have you accounted for your time spent to the colonel?
Colonel Oleg does not seem to believe me. Colonel Sasha tried to intervene, but they are not interested in listening, I don't think.
Is this the first time you abandoned your post?
Abandoned is such a strong word, Arcadia. We were all young once.
Yes.
Once.
The chef is like, I am still young, just to be clear.
I have never abandoned my post a day in my life.
Abandoned my post? Don't even know her. Never heard of her. This is not the first time, but it is the first time that I was ever assigned to the general's guard.
Indeed. When was that assignment made?
part of the roster change. It's supposed to be a promotion.
Who
And this is how
decides
you
that?
would treat a promotion.
Listen, I do you know how many layers of defense you have to get through to get to me? I didn't think that 5 minutes, no offense, that 5 minutes would be a big deal.
They're very persuasive.
Hey, Chef is like, thank you.
What time?
Chef, you came by 9:20, and I was back at my post by 9:45.
Coley will look at the chef and raise an eyebrow.
Don't even call you.
Who was this friend? What is your name? Looking at Chef.
Oh, Chef has put on the beanie, takes it back off. People call me the chef.
Ah, the person whose place I visited.
Oh, you've met Slouch then?
Yes, apologies for the mess.
There's always something going on. It's fine.
Hmm.
Can you get me out of here?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. I don't have anything else, so we can just go.
You may need to give us some time. Perhaps about 25 minutes.
Kolya, for you, I think I might be able to give 30, but fine.
Promises, promises. Listen, soldier.
Yes.
Was there anything unusual about this reassignment? You said it was part of the roster change. How many changes were made to the roster?
It's part of the monthly change. No, people are assigned and reassigned. It's supposed to promote interdisciplinary learning.
Understood.
But the colonels both have input on it.
I think Yuna turns to the chef and says, "Who told you about the handsome man?"
And these pharmaceutical supplies that were not there.
Well, the pharmaceutical supplies were there, to be clear. And
But not with
as the chef like straightens the jacket, you do hear like a slight
tingling.
plasticky clank in pocket.
Hell yeah.
It's like, Yuna, I think that you are an appreciator of friendships. And I have many friends at the base for various reasons. You know how soldiers are. They get injured, they get diseases, and they need to be cured, for sometimes off the books. So I have friends who keep their ears to the ground or the doors, as the case may be.
That doesn't really answer my question, though.
It was quite purposefully not answering your question. So I will ask, who told you of the private?
It's very interesting that we're talking about private information, and then just sees the look on Misha's mask and just the smile slips. One of the medical officers, Alexandrovich, served in the war with him. He keeps me informed.
What supplies did you take?
There are certain things that I need to make sure that humans who come into my care are taken care of. There are antibiotics, there are pain medications, there are disinfectants. These are things that I cannot get generally. Not of this grade and caliber.
Do you have an itemized list?
Do I have an itemized list? I don't. What is an itemized list? Is it a list with items on it?
Every item.
Do you want pill counts? Do you want volumetric measurements?
In the spirit of our cooperative investigation, I would ask personally that we all recognize that this chef has nothing on them.
Private.
Yes.
When you are released from the cell, you are to take an account of the medical supplies, and you are to take it to acquisitions and let them know that I have taken them for my own personal needs. Is that understood?
I have never understood anything more in my life. Of course.
Good. The chef. I will be releasing you.
Oh. Well, that is the second most fantastic thing that I have heard this evening.
Wonderful. In the morning.
In the morning.
Yes.
You don't expect me to stay here. You don't expect me to stay here.
You seduced one of my soldiers away from his post.
I don't know about that.
You stole medical supplies.
Allegedly.
Borrowed.
Would we like to find out? No, I didn't think so.
No, I don't think so.
You will be released in the morning.
Right, then I re-emphasize. You cannot let Slouch know.
I have no intention of informing Sludge of your current location.
That is wise. You are clearly a person of intelligence.
Wonderful. So I'm going to pull out keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to unlock the private.
Okay. The private store is unlocked.
Fantastic.
He's scurrying if you're not stopping. He's scurrying right over to take an accounting right the fuck now.
Wonderful. And I'm going to give him something of mine, probably.
Okay.
Just so that people know to fucking don't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
A service ring?
A service ring. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
How does Arcadia feel about that?
I will.
Jealous, obviously.
I will.
Is the goal to collect the service rings, right? That's what we're supposed to do? Okay. All right.
I
like
will.
Pokemon?
I'll give him a badge. I'm sure I've got one. Maybe
Okay.
that's like a deputizing badge. I'm sure we have those. Just like slap the thing on him.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And this plot continues to thicken, and I am not a fan.
Misha, this Alexandrovich They are of the summer court. They work here.
Hmm.
Are they alive?
Are they?
For the sake of plot and timing, yes.
I mean, the chef might know.
Yeah,
They're friends.
we'll say that the last that the chef saw them, the doctor was alive, and chef has not been locked up very long,
Mm.
based on the timing of the murder.
Mhm.
Blah, blah, blah.
It
I
is.
hope so.
It's not as if this private guarding him would have made a difference.
No. However, it was a smokescreen.
Perhaps their dalliance wasn't discovered until after he was murdered.
Right. Part of the chaos and confusion. A scapegoat.
Agreed.
Which does also beg the question, thinking back to the scene with the spring counselor. That was purposeful, blatant.
I don't understand why sometimes he is so bold and so blatant, and then other times.
Hmm. Ah, it is hard for the enemy to know your tactics when they change.
This is fair.
Um, once the private is, I'm sure that's actually probably going to take a while.
Yeah.
I will look to the chef. Please be sure that you do not try and distract my aide.
Oh, well, I do think I would dream of it, but I will not do it.
Good. We should speak to the doctor, and then the time does grow. I should probably speak with Sasha.
Oleg may not be happy about this. Speaking of people you should talk to.
I will speak to them both. However, my main concern is that Sasha will certainly try and send someone after the chef.
Oleg
Or
would send someone.
Oleg
Yeah.
will send
Yeah.
Oleg.
Yeah.
Right. Oleg will try and send someone after the chef. That's fair.
Yes.
I will say, while this conversation has been going on, I think Arcadia has pulled Yuna to the side. Far enough away that this conversation is not going to be overheard. And say, well, it would seem those two have this well in hand. We never did have a chance to share with them what you discovered. That cat hair.
It's true.
But I'm not sure now
Beast
is the
still
time.
walks night.
It can be hunted another day.
That would be something I would like to see Misha do.
But we would not want to distract him right now, would we?
No. Agreed. We have
Wanted to
many
make sure
dreams
we
to
were on
have
the same
beforehand.
page. Of course.
And of the card, do you still have it, or do I?
I want to say it was left in your hands.
Hmm. That is something else we must follow as well. But there are so many little trails. This doctor here, this island there.
The pact that is being formed.
Pact that has been formed. Well, I think I need a good rest.
You would be able to sleep with all of this happening.
Would you not? Sleep is very important for one of investigations and to be able to keep your mind sharp.
I have plenty of ways of keeping my mind sharp.
And I have plenty of ways to sleep.
I have no doubt.
I will say, as these multiple conversations are happening, you hear, I won't say shouting, but there are raised voices coming from outside.
Gonna go see.
Yeah,
mean,
that's kind of Chloe's wheelhouse.
I'm sure you recognize them.
Hmm.
Oh, the colonels having not shouting, mind you, not shouting. We are raising our voices to the point where we are just not shouting. And now we're doing
Keeping
that.
it professional.
Right, now we're doing that thing where we're being very polite to one another while being absolute bastards. And there are two squads of soldiers. Oleg has a squad of soldiers, and Sasha has a squad of soldiers. And as the door opens from the jailhouse, the penitentiary, whatever you want to call it, every head goes to all of you.
Wonderful.
And Sasha says, I understand that you released my men. Thank you. And Oleg says, I believe this was a rather precipitous decision, if you will allow me to be so bold.
You are permitted. Now, the chef will be released in the morning.
I think they both start sputtering at that. They are one of the people who killed the commander. That cannot stand. I'm sorry. That cannot stand.
They are not.
Do you have proof?
Yes, I do.
And we would like to see it. And Sasha looks at Oleg, and for once they seem to agree.
Wonderful. If you would like, I am more than happy to show you the place in the room where someone appeared and disappeared.
These are ghost stories. What? People do not just appear and disappear.
and I'm the hunter. I'm here for a reason. Now, and I'm going to look to both squads and the colonels. How many of you have found yourselves in the capable hands of the chef?
There, among the soldiers, there is a considerable amount of looking at boots and
Mm-hmm.
shifting from side to side and not meeting anyone's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Exactly. And Colonel Oleg, have you been letting your personal biases cloud your judgment in this particular matter?
I absolutely have not. How dare you accuse me of such a thing?
No. You found the first person that was out of place and thought simply, that must be, without doing your due diligence.
I absolutely. What else would I have done? You know the people here, or you know the kind of people here. None of them would have done this.
Interesting.
What would the chef have to gain? Due diligence would have included motive, obviously.
Could have been paid off.
By whom?
You found this money?
I never. It said there was money. You don't need money to pay someone off. It could be supplies. It could be weapons.
And who would be giving him those supplies?
And
That
Oleg is like looking down, and Sasha's just.
The only thing the chef is guilty of is giving that young man the best 25 minutes of his week.
That is well and good, but there is no one else on base. We searched it. There is no one else who could have done this. Unless they can walk through walls.
Well then, you'd best start believing in ghost stories, boys. You're in one.
And that's when you hear the hooves on the cobblestones. Iron shod. Moving purposefully into, doing that sort of clack clack into the courtyard where you're all standing. And it's a big horse. We'll say that much. It's a big horse. And everyone sort of turns to look at this. And coming out of the fog, on a very large horse, is a very large individual. They have a massive scar over one eye that is missing. They are dressed in a uniform that is, well, those of you who served in the Great Patriotic War would recognize a special operative's uniform. Hair shaved on the sides, long on top, gray blowing in the wind, grizzled face. And Misha, you recognize this person. You haven't seen him in maybe 10 years. Maybe closer to 5. The former hunter of the longest days.
You?
Okay. Sorry. Well, we'll call that the end of the call that the end of the session now. Yes?
I'm fine. Everything's good and normal.
Alexei Dragunov, a legend,
Oh.
one of, well, the most skilled wet work people that this man's Soviet Union has ever seen. No one's heard from him in years, but he is riding into the middle of this base, and he's got a big old grin on his face.
Alexei.
Misha, it's been too long. And he hops down off of this gigantic horse. And Misha, maybe it's that you haven't seen him in a while. Maybe it's that you've experienced some personal growth. He's not as big as he used to be. There's a stoop to the shoulders that you don't recognize. He's still a large man,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something missing in him that you inherently recognize. There's the sparkle in the eye that's not there.
Mm-hmm.
The smile maybe seems forced. But he just jumps off this horse, wraps you up in a big old bear hug. It's like, there seems to be some tension in this particular compound. What's going on?
I think Misha is ramrod straight. What are you doing here?
Well, I happen to be in the neighborhood. No. Zhukov called me. Said there was a problem with the base, and asked me to step in. So, here I am. I rode as fast as I could. It's not a good look, I don't think. And he's looking around at all of the soldiers. He's looking like, there seems to be some sort of argument. What's going on?
The summer counselor is dead.
Indeed, and that is why I am here. What is the argument over?
The argument is over what should be done with those that were detained.
People have been detained. Did they do it?
No,
Then why are they detained?
one of them has been released. He's now my personal aide. The other will be released in the morning.
And who was the absolute shitheel who locked up two innocent people?
I'm just going to look at the colonels.
The colonels look at each other and do the and point at each other. And Alexei is like, so you're both responsible? You've sacrificed the efficiency, the security of this base because you couldn't agree? This army is not what it used to be. And faster than any of you can see.
Oh, please don't.
He
No,
pulls out a gun.
please let me
and
stop him. Please let me
Bam!
stop him.
Bam!
Damn it.
All right. Problem solved there. No more confusion, I don't think. Get rid of that. And two soldiers, well, four soldiers, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
take care of the bodies. Misha, you're okay to be my number 2 again?
I am here on special assignment.
Oh, special assignment. That sounds special.
That's why I used the word.
Right. All right. If you're busy, I understand. Find me the next in charge. I have a base to put in order.
Of course. All right. I'm going to look through the roster, I guess.
Mhm. We'll come up with someone. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
We'll
fine.
get him.
It's fine. It's fine.
And all of you watching, it's like watching someone who hasn't ridden a bike in 20 years just like get on it and do like crazy bike tricks all of a sudden. Just like you're like, where is this coming from? He's like the role is what he's almost born to fill. There's just that sort of natural leadership, I guess we'll call it. And people are listening. It's like, all right, this base is under lockdown. Misha, if you're on special assignment, you may come and go, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask your friends to leave until we have a report of what's going on and I know what's going on. Your new intendant, that's fine. You can have an assistant if you feel you'll need one. You feel you'll need an assistant?
I'm going to make his life a living hell.
Ah, wonderful. Just like old times. Okay.
Mhm.
And the other person who is locked up, they need to go now.
Sure.
I want them off base.
All right. I'm gonna go grab my aide and we'll release the chef.
Okay. The chef is released, beanie in hand. Oh, thank you. Who? Who is Daddy?
Kolya would have
Don't.
gone with him and would have just been like, don't look at him, don't say anything, just walk out.
I'm sorry, Kolya, do you see that man? Do you see him?
I'm
Like-
trying very hard not to.
All right.
Have good dreams.
No, Kolya, I think I need you to carry me. My knees are not working properly.
Sure. I can do this.
Thank you.
So sad, by the way, that you will not be able to get any tattoos. Still don't qualify. One night, I thought maybe.
What do you mean I don't qualify? I've been in prison now.
Not overnight.
Kolya, that's not fair. That's a technicality, and I don't appreciate it.
Also, you weren't in prison, you were detained.
What is the difference? This is semantic.
If you have to ask,
Semantics are important.
you are not ready for
Meanwhile,
tattoos.
Alexei is like, why is this man still talking? What is happening? What is going on? Are you a doctor or? I'm no one. Please, I'm no one. Goodbye. Kolya, carry
It'll
me.
leave me.
Puppies, yep.
Yeah, need uppies.
That's my spot.
Nope. Listen, the chef has needs right now, and we need to make sure that they are safe.
Yuda's awake for once.
Yeah. So I think we will, if everyone is okay with it, we'll usher you all out of the base, and is maybe time for seeps? For seepies?
Creepies.
Seepies?
And dreams.
And dreams.
I am not happy.
As you are leaving, Misha, I'm sure that you are probably the last to go.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a hand on the shoulder. I understand this is undercutting you a bit. They didn't tell me that you were here.
Well,
probably one of Zhukov's little games. You know how he is.
it is good to see you.
It is good to see you as well. I've missed you.
And I've missed you.
Well, now that we both miss each other.
Have fun whipping this base back in order.
It won't take long. And he says that with no humor. Like, it's a statement of fact. It will not take long. When I'm done, I want your report on what happened. And I want to know how we can actually catch the person who did this. Summer's honor. is at stake. And between the two of us, we cannot allow it.
Of course. I will have an update for you by sundown.
Fantastic. Play nice with your friends.
No promises. I'm going to slip out.
Mm-hmm. Were you raising a hand? Did you have? No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So,
Question for you.
Yes.
Yeah, because, okay. All right. How many hands?
I was going to ask the same question. Yep.
21.
Okay.
That's not that many.
It's a big horse, but it's not.
It's not the
Kind
big
of
horse.
small.
Kind of small.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry?
Small.
Totally
What do
not
you
the
mean?
biggest
Not
horse
24,
I've ever seen.
you know.
Not the biggest horse I've seen.
You guys
You've
should
seen a bigger horse?
tell that man that his horse isn't that big.
Like, that's a real small horse you got. Your nice pony.
Chef is like, I don't believe I've ever actually seen a horse that there's the bigger horse. What is this about the bigger horse?
Don't worry about it.
There's always a bigger horse.
Chef seems to be contemplating that.
Okay. Maybe they'll contemplate that in silence until we get them back home.
Maybe.
Actually, I have a question for the chef as we're walking. I noticed that you had a piece of the hedge. Can it be manipulated like the old one? Open your mouth.
Right, I'm sorry. You said that you didn't want to be in silence. All right, you make up your mind. Right. No, it's part of the ritual that allowed me to take the hedge with meant that it was already severed from the parent, the host. And Chef just sort of waves their arms around to generally indicate, and then almost slips off Kolya while doing that. So then there's that. So not in the same way. It's mostly a for growing. It's not you're not going to be able to make a hollow there, for example.
Right, that was what I was hoping for. Bullshit. Okay. We need to have a place that is safe. Somewhere outside of, I don't know, away from things. I don't know if that will be possible. I'm mistrusting of the labyrinth.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, that's the
Oh no.
okay. We lost you for a bit there. Uh-oh. Okay. That
Huh?
I keep having hope, and then it's dashed.
Did we? Am I still here?
Can hear you, kind of.
And yeah.
Okay.
Okay, try it again. Say more words.
I will say more words. Can
Oh,
you hear
okay,
me?
there we go.
Okay.
Looks good
Okay,
now.
so you're welcome to stay with Slouch and myself.
That will only bring more attention to you.
Oh, I appreciate the concern. Listen, I can work on it. Give me time. Let me put my ears to the ground, and I will see what I can handle. There may be options.
Okay. I think I need to sleep.
Well, you do have your hotel room still. You do at least have that space that you could go to if you want.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not trying to be up in this plane of existence, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Drop the chef off. Go to the hotel. Sound good to everybody?
Should we sleep in shifts, given the concerns?
I honestly do not have much concern for us. I feel as though we are playthings.
I feel like the bear would have attacked us. He had many chances.
If he'd wanted to, I would have already been dead.
Are you nervous about something else?
I don't know who or what is listening. I don't know who truly to trust.
And it seems this labyrinth has endless reach. Going so far to be in such an intimate space with the councilman.
If the bear is even using the labyrinth. Maybe the predecessor of. Maybe Morzov found whatever the bear is using and used that to create the labyrinth.
Well, tomorrow is a new day, and we have many threads to follow
Yes, we do.
and many adventures to go on.
Going to be out in the daytime, and I'm displeased.
Do you all sleep?
Yes. I can go for longer. However, I was in a rather intense fight, so I need time to let my body recover.
And Kolya, do you sleep?
I have slept.
You should get some rest.
I feel fine, but thank you for your concern.
I always worry about my friends.
Do you not sleep?
Me?
No.
Oh, I love sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Arcadia, you mentioned sleeping in shift.
I certainly am no expert in military tactics. It was more to get the judgment of whether that seemed necessary from one who does.
It was an excellent suggestion. If Yuna and Kolya are right with it, Arcadia and I can go to sleep first. Or perhaps the opposite. I would like to spend as little time in the sun as possible.
It's fine by me. That is
You
fine by
should
me.
rest.
Kolya, you're not even staying at this hotel, correct?
No.
I wasn't planning on it, but we're talking about it like I am tonight.
I was actually going to get there.
Yeah.
I was going to get there.
All
I
right.
swear. Kolya, I know you do live here. I'm sure you have your own home. And while, again, I don't believe we will be the target, I think it would be beneficial if we stayed close.
As you say.
No, it is still as you say. It is your choice.
Well, that feels like a bit of a new development, but
It is not a new development as far as I'm concerned. I know the council might try and hold you over the coals.
yes, it is true. I would hate to disappoint the council. So,
Well,
I will stay.
thank you. Your presence will be a comfort.
So you two sleep first, and then we two will stay awake.
Yes, I think that will be best. What is happening?
Raph wants to say something.
You
Okay.
sure? You sure? Because it feels like you want to say something, friend.
I'm good.
Okay.
Were any of our rooms adjoining?
Yeah, we'll say they're adjoining.
Okay. All right. We can use 2 of the adjoining rooms.
All right.
Arcadia and I were already working on something, so we can share. And that way you and Kolya can share.
Understood. And one person awake in one room, one asleep, and vice versa.
A
All right.
reasonable plan.
The most
I've never done
reasonable.
this before.
It's like a little sleepover with all our friends. All right. Unless there are incidents that you want to happen, I think that we can end this session with actually going to sleep.
Oh my
I
god, are we
will
gonna get
say-
to day
I-
2?
I will just
No.
say, I think that there is a moment once Arcadia and Yuna are in the room where Arcadia looks to her and says, "It didn't feel quite right saying this in front of the others, but I suppose I am perhaps more concerned about my safety.
Why is that?
I am a scientist of the Autumn Court. If they are targeting people in some way, shape, or form connected to Morozov, I mean, I had no contact with him. I am not that special to have known him. I am not sure what that could lead to, though. It seems as though anyone with a tie could be caught in the crossfires.
I understand your fear. So I assure you, contract or no, pact or no, we will be sure to keep you safe. I put my trust in you, Arcadia. I hold you as a friend.
And I would not be allowing myself to be in a vulnerable position with you, Yuna. Did I not feel the same way about you?
Good. So now you can rest easy, take long sleep, and I will be right here.
The scariest thing that's happened in this entire series.
I did have a question real quick for you,
Sure.
Alex, and maybe
Yeah.
this is just a coincidence.
Yeah, sure.
Alexi, is that a common name?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's Alex.
So the name on the card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's as common as Alex is as a name.
Sure. There's no tie here.
Almost certainly not. That'd
Okay.
be silly.
See, okay.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
So I
chef.
still love the way you said that, though. Okay.
I do think I think while Arcadia is sleeping, though, Yuna's probably just looking at the card under the light, and then definitely like holding on to that cat hair.
I thought for sure you were going to say, I'm going to be looking at Arcadia the whole time.
Who said I wasn't? Who said I wasn't facing you? Listen.
It's wild.
You
For
don't know. You're
Colia,
in a different room.
no, I know. And for Colia's edification, Misha sleeps like the dead. just flat on his back, like chest barely moving. That's a corpse. It's fine.
Kolia
That's a corpse.
Kolia does not watch him sleep.
Cool. That's the normal
Missed
thing to do.
opportunity.
In case anyone was wondering.
Missed opportunity.
Feels like I think I shouldn't have to specify, but here we are.
Do you sleep with a mask on?
That's a good question.
Valid question. It doubles as a CPAP mask.
No, the mask is not.
No breathing issues.
He has sleep apnea.
So he does take off the mask, hat, and like he keeps pants on because there's another person in the room. He does take off shoes and socks though, but that's for a catch thing. Don't worry about it.
We're being so specific again, just so specific about this.
No, legitimately,
You get to see his face and his feet, dog. Okay, be grateful.
Okay, again, the feet part was for a catch. Because using your contracts for free is always nice.
Yes. And that catch is named Misha Dragunov.
Just ask Arcadia. What's good?
Kolia truly cannot keep track of who in this group is doing what with who.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
All right, well, I think the camera will then pan out from the hotel, leaving you all asleep in your rooms at your various times. And next time is when we will look at your dreams.
Oh.
Cool. Great. Wonderful.
What if we don't go to sleep?
Well, that's always a possibility. But there are
Just
at least
asking.
some people who are sleeping.
Fair.
So we will deal
That's
with
fair.
those when we see each other.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Great.
I love a scary
that.
sleep.
Love that.
I just said dreams. I didn't say they were nightmares.
I don't think Arcadia
is that
has
a direct
pleasant
quote?
dreams.
That's weird because I heard nightmares.
Oh. Well,
that's weird because I'm pretty sure you called yourself the horror daddy. So
yeah, that's so strange. That's so strange.
I mean, yeah, I see horror daddy vibes. I'm into that.
I mean, that's not self-proclaimed. That was gifted to me.
You've been gifted the title.
Yeah.
So dreams, nightmares.
Yeah.
What is a nightmare but a dream?
Yep.
That's
Correct.
fair.
Touche.
something squares, something rectangles, something.
Much like that private, you got off on a technicality.
I mean, I don't think you should call the chef a technicality.
Mm.
I actually think the chef might be into being called a technicality.
Yep.
Oh, fair enough. Fair play.
All right, well, shall we sign off and then wish everyone a nice last few hours of Halloween?
Yeah, we could do that.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Well, in that case.
Yeah, Raph.
Oh, shit. Hey, it's me, Raph. What's up? What's going on in my life? It's been a long time. I played in this game on Thursday, ? I'm playing Redacted, which is JD's homebrew psychological horror game. So the horrors persist, and so do I.
And you're no longer the normal one.
I'm still normal.
No.
I'm
Mm-mm.
still not. Listen.
Hey, babes, we're gonna just go. No. Fully no.
Okay. We'll see. And then Friday ? I don't even know what week or day anything is.
Yep, Friday is the season
Friday.
of Secrets and Shadows.
Thank you. I don't know dates, times. Everything is an illusion. Friday, a second season of season 2, Secrets to Shadows. I'm back, baby. Also so normal. And then the week after that. Wait. Sunday. Right? Extra Life? ?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Extra Life is
hell
this weekend.
Okay, yeah. Sunday, I will be in my Warlock Patrons game. What's up? Why are you making that face at me? Did I say something wrong?
Who made a face?
Okay. Anyway, I will be in Extra Life. What's up? Hangout Sunday. And then next Tuesday, class reunion. Back to the huge, baby. So
Yo.
I'll see you around.
Mm-mm.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Hi, everybody. I'm Q. You can find me pretty much all of the places on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. I will also be here for Redacted, where things are, let's be all the way real, very not normal. Nope. Bonamest out the window. I will be also playing on Sunday. Yes, for Extra Life. It's called Quantum Echoes. It's gonna be dope. I'm very excited about it. And then I will be back here on Tuesday for my continuation of class reunion. Yeah, I'm playing Kira. So yeah, and then there's other stuff. It's in the works. Don't worry about it. It's probably gonna be good. We'll see.
Yeah.
I love going like third because everyone else has pretty much said the things that I need to say. Because I'll be back for Redacted and a season of Secrets and Shadows and class reunion next
I'm on table
week.
1.
And I will also be with Extra Life throughout the entire weekend. We are doing a 2-day event, 14 hours of games, I think. Who knows? But it will be a long day. It'll be an amazing day, and we're gonna have some wild things happen. We'll have some D&D. We'll have some Scum and Villainy. We'll have some Monster of the Week. We'll have Girl by Moonlight. We will have. I'm totally forgetting one of the games. Oops, All Draculas. It's going to be fun. And I will be there at different points both days, sometimes doing tech, sometimes playing. And yeah, I think I do have to throw it out. Also on the 9th of this month, we have a new game premiering, a D&D heist game called Never Ember's Enigma. And that is going to be a good time. I am playing a Changeling rogue, and we are going to have fun and commit some crimes.
I missed a heist game. Oh my god.
I do just want to throw it out there. that one of my best friends was supposed to be in that game, and the character concept that he originally pitched for that heist game is one of the worst things I've ever heard. We'll talk about it off stream. I don't want to talk about it on stream. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, and also very, very lighthearted, which I know because he explicitly was not allowed to play this character because it would derail the tone of the game. So yeah, that's the fun thing. Check out the heist thing. Also, yeah, do the thing. Hello, my name is Will. I'm one of the storytellers here live from the apocalypse. I have stuff to talk about. Jury duty tomorrow. So I'll be at that. If you are there, say hi. What else we got going on? I'm not in that. I will be on Extra Life Weekend on Sunday, back to back, playing both Quantum Echoes and also the Monster of the Week game, run by JT and Julia, respectively. And then Tuesday is class reunion. We'll be back for that. Which will be fun. You can see JT, you can see JD, Raf, and Q in that, as well as our friend Corey, who's not here, and Julia, and I will be running that. And it'll be a good time. And that's election day. Imagine that here in the United States. Go vote. Wednesday, Scripted Community College. I'll be back for that with a Scottish accent. And then the following Friday is Table 1 of a season of Secrets and Shadows, second season of Secrets and Shadows, where I'll be playing Abigail Donatelli, who is the devil. Also, while we're talking about it, this is not for a few weeks, but Session 0 is on Saturday, so why not? Coming up, there is going to be a side story. I didn't talk about Academy H. I should talk about Academy H. Academy H is our Masked Actual Play podcast that is currently nominated for an Audioverse Award. I did do the thing, so there's a vote link in the chat. If you haven't already, please go and vote for our show. It's very cool that we were nominated, and it'd be very cool to win, and we work very hard on it. Academy H, Mass Actual Play podcast, but coming up in the very near future, there's going to be a multiversal side story, one of a series of stories now that we've established there is a multiverse. And it's going to be very fun and very dark, and it is tentatively called Ward H. So you'll see some familiar faces in that as well. Session 0 is this Saturday. You won't be able to watch that, but on the 15th of this month, which is a Wednesday, you will be able to watch it. So stick around, come back for that. I think that's it. I'm on the Instagram.
Where did you go?
No. The commands got all messed up. I didn't want me to say that I'm on Instagram and Threads, I guess, which fair enough. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got going on. Alex, don't forget about you.
Oh, hey. What's going on? I will be here on Friday for 2 seasons, 2 secrets, 2 shadows. I don't know who's going to be more of a menace, Raph or myself, but one of us will be a menace. What else is going on? I just ran a Kickstarter that got funded, which was cool. So I am not running things because I need to be writing those things. That thing that I said I would make if people kindly supported me, and they did. So thank you for that. But I'm going to be burying myself in New England cryptids and post-apocalyptic horror and witches and powdered wigs for the next, I don't know, couple months. So check out Backwards. I don't know. I think we might be doing late pledges. You can find all that on my socials if Asa tells me what we're doing. When Asa tells me what we're doing, then I will tell you what we're doing. But so yeah, there's a lot of stuff on back burners. This is my only ongoing game right now, which is a blessing, because I just get to spend time with you lovely people, and then go deal with the writing gremlins telling me that everything I write is dumb and I should delete everything.
Yeah.
So
tell them to shut the fuck up because they're lying.
I mean, I know they're dirty, filthy liars, but at the same time, they're like, "What if you did delete that whole document?"
Right.
I'm like, you may have a point there, and then we don't because that's silly. But
because we don't let the intrusive thoughts win.
Not every day. Not every day. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I can't wait to see you all in 2 weeks. There will be, I don't know, some new fun things happening in Kaliningrad, I think.
Amazing.
Fun,
I guess
fun, fun.
fun. I guess that's going to do it for us here live from the apocalypse tonight. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. There are social links in the chat. They have been updated somewhat. We're on Threads now. I've been posting there. It's fine. It's fine. And that is that. There's socials there if you want to follow us. If you're on any of those platforms, feel free. Also, there's a Discord, which is probably the best place now that Twitter is collapsing. Really wish it would just any day now. Really wish it would
Death
just.
is the worst. Yep. Just stumble off the cliff.
Yep. But if you want to know about us, I guess to probably join the Discord community. That's probably the best way to do it. It's a great place full of great people. We'd love to have you be a part of it. Yeah, for that's it. We're gonna go now. Raid somebody. I think we'll raid. Are they still streaming? Sometimes you ever check and it looks like people are going like saying goodnight and then you have to check. They're not. We're gonna raid Bad House. We're gonna raid Bad House RPG, who are streaming some Vampire the Masquerade. Very fitting as we are wrapping up Changeling the Lost. So on that note, come along for the ride and say hi. Be friendly. But from all of us here, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Happy Halloween.